So you know, I'm hearing a little bit of scratching coming around. Not exactly sure where it's at, what it is, but you don't know how much longer we actually want to be hanging out around here. Look around, I'm like, well, just shrug my shoulders and start walking over towards everybody.
What? Yeah, is everyone all right? He looks at Flo and at Ayla, and he sees that you two definitely could look a little bit better for sure. Is there anything that I can do for you? Do you need me to patch any of these wounds up?
Sure.
I'm just gonna look at Ayla. Like, are you kidding me, man? Who was saying that? Lucas?
Lucas, yes.
I'm just like, I'm just looking at Ayla like, you and I are gonna have a talk.
I just look over at Flo and just start smiling.
So Lucas, he kind of he looks over you a little bit, Flo, and he's like, I'm not really sure what exactly I can do for you. Any recommendations? I'll gladly try to help if I can.
I still benefit from potions and the like any other.
Let me go. Hang on, I'll be right back. And you see him kind of get up, and he walks out to the front of the building, out the main doors that are over on this side.
And I have a potion of healing as well.
He goes, no, it's fine. I can take care of it. Don't waste that. And he comes back a few minutes later, and he hands each of you just a regular potion of healing.
Hey.
So that's 2d4 plus 2 hit points. Orlo, make a perception check with just a regular perception check is good.
Ow.
Solid. I saw the second roll too.
Pretty.
So you hear you hear a strange sound. It kind of sounds like scratching, but you can't quite place it. You just kind of like you're hearing it in like the background of what's going on right now.
Do I smell anything from where this scratching is coming from?
You're not 100% positive where it is, but you can smell a lot of fire right now.
God damn it, Ovram.
Lucas kind of makes sure that you guys are all taken care of, and he gets back to Ovram, and he's just kind of looking over him. And Ovram kind of just waves him off, and he's like, I'm all right, I promise. I'm a little tired, that is all. That is a substantial more amount of energy that I have spent in a very, very long time.
You look like you used a bit more than just energy.
Oh, well, not quite, but that's neither here nor there. But what were you doing here? Why would you come the whole way out into the wilds like this? Are you okay? You seem fine. Lucas seems like he's taking care of you quite well.
Show him the cloth.
Okay, I hold out the cloth and show it to him.
He kind of takes it from you, and he takes a look at it, and he kind of looks at the castle, and he's like, well, the stronghold, and it's like, yes, where did you get this from here? This doesn't, I don't understand.
So we kind of had a nightmare that everyone had, where we fought shadowy beasts and stuff. So we came here to figure out what was going on.
You say that as all of you had this dream, and he kind of looks around at the group of you.
Well, I suppose it was probably not just a dream, considering, but yeah.
Oh, that's very strange.
And the figures told us to go home.
What is it that you've stumbled upon? It seems like you're digging closely to something that somebody doesn't want you to find.
I'm going to pull out my orb.
Oh, that's right. You still do have that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And he takes a look at it, and he's like, "Will you let him like hold it?"
Yes.
Okay. So he takes it from you, and he kind of looks at it. This is surprising. Where did you find this at?
We found it in the forest. One of the druids had asked us to look into reports of spirits and ghosts, and we found this. And it turned out to not really be a spirit. There was a person trapped in there for apparently like 300 years. And something about a great war and a witch and yeah.
Interesting. Have you shown anybody else this?
Zrinka and shit, what's her name?
Granny May.
Yeah, that one.
He kind of just nods. Be very careful with who you trust with this information. This is, well, it could be very dangerous.
How so? What do you know that you're not telling us?
I just understand what strong magics look like, and this is very much one of those things.
Well, since we have you here, we might as well show you the rock.
Welcome to the rock.
And I just kind of, same thing as before as I did with the goblin, just take Bonebreaker down and like point to the rock that I have tape like rope to it.
Gotcha. He kind of takes a look at it and he goes, "May I?"
Yeah, I just take it off and hand it to him.
And he kind of twists it in his hands a little bit and like hits it off the ground. Oh, this is very odd. Where did this come from?
On our way here, while we were still on the path, we saw some figures that they disappeared, and when we inspected that area, there was a piece of parchment wrapped around it that said, "You're a fool to look, you will never find us."
And did you fight them as well?
No, they were gone. They disappeared.
Interesting.
Is the scratching I'm hearing getting any louder or closer?
It's still consistent.
As we've been talking here, there's just so you know, I'm hearing a little bit of scratching coming around. Not exactly sure where it's at, what it is, but we don't know how much longer we actually want to be hanging out around here.
Do you investigate this at all, Orlo, or are you just kind of just letting the sound, like just listening to the sound?
I'm going to let them know it's happening, but if I hear it getting any closer or change at all, then I'll investigate further.
Gotcha. Do you know what this is?
No, I don't believe any of us have any idea.
This is a very specific type of stone that only comes from one place.
The floating castle.
Do you say this?
No.
Okay.
But Flo might.
It's a place that we call the Celestial Ocean. It's more or less the space in between everything, realistically. Not many things have the power to pass through these different places. This just appeared in the middle of the road.
Yeah, on the side of the road, but yeah.
Very interesting. You are all doing a fantastic job and may well be much closer to discovering something than I ever could have been. I would be very interested to see what happens here in the very near future. I would be willing to guess that this will not be an uncommon occurrence for you then.
What?
The nightmares, you mean?
Not necessarily that, but the interaction with the crossed over beings, if you will.
Is there
Crossed over.
something...
Yes, that's when certain creatures pass on, they reside in the celestial ocean, and that's where they stay. They obviously do not have interactions with our plane, our world, but clearly there is something that is allowing the veil between those two to be worn down. I'm sure that it has something to do with the magic, but if it's happening now, it's not going to get better, I'm sure.
Are you saying we've been dealing with spirits this whole time?
To an extent, I suppose, if you want to call them that. They're still normal beings like you and I, but they just exist on a different plane of existence, that is all.
So they're ghosts.
You can call them what you will, I suppose, yes. That's all applicable terms to an extent.
Doesn't quite sound like ghosts.
Is there something that we can do to protect ourselves from having another one of those nightmares, I suppose?
Unfortunately, for the time being, I can't say yes. I will have to do some research into this. I will make my way back to down here shortly and speak with Soreth. Him and I may be able to come up with something, but for the time being, I can't say that I can give you anything, unfortunately. So, Orlo, while you're standing here, you get this really, incredibly sweet smelling whiff of air that kind of hits your trunk, and it just kind of engulfs your entire, all of your senses. And then you start hearing all of these little, almost cries is the best thing that I can associate it with. And it sounds like little, little kittens meowing almost. And it's saying help.
Don't do it.
Wait. It's actually saying help, or it's
Yeah, you physically hear help.
Is Orlo the only one that hears this?
At this current juncture, yes.
I don't mean to alarm anybody, but I don't know how to describe this. It just sounds like there's something kind of meowing, mewing, and saying help. Do I know what direction it's coming from?
At the moment, it doesn't really have. It sounds like it's inside your head.
Oh. And okay. And I can't really place where it's coming from. It sounds like it's coming from inside my own head.
I don't know if I know what to do about that. Do you want to have a look around together?
I don't know.
And Avram kind of just pauses for a minute, and he's looking at you, and he goes, "You're hearing cries in your head, yes?
Yeah.
Did this just start all of a sudden?"
Just a few seconds ago.
And he sits for a second and thinks. And he reaches into Lucas's pouch that he has on his side. And he kind of shuffles through a few things, and he pulls out this little vial. And he like tosses it over towards you.
Just attempt to catch it, I suppose.
He doesn't throw it at you. He just tosses it towards you.
Oh.
And as it hits the ground, you see this like kind of dust start to like come up from this vial that gets shattered. And it kind of starts to fill the air around you. And in the air around you, you can see all of these little tiny like flecks of, they look like you know when you blow a dandelion?
Yeah.
It's kind of what it looks like.
And I just like kind of like shake my head, like double take. I like look at my bag, like my side pouch, and like look for the packet, like the little box of extra powder I have, just to make sure none's missing. And like definitely didn't take anything extra. Put that back. Like, what's going on?
Are they asking for help? Yes.
Yeah.
You might want to look around in here. There's something more that might need our help. Rather than just me being an exhausted old man.
I'm gonna draw my rapier and look at Luke and Avram and be like, stay here, and like signal to Orlo to start looking around with me.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Yeah. I'm just gonna start like opposite of wherever Laya starts.
Okay. And Flo and Ayla, do you guys want to inspect anything as well, or do you want to make sure that Ovram's okay?
I guess I'll take a look around.
Okay. Where do you want to head to?
I'm gonna start with that door that's like right behind me.
Just the one that's right here.
This giant pink bar, is that the...
It's a big banner.
I want to look at that.
Okay. And then Orlo?
I guess I'm gonna look around this corner. See what's over there.
Like over here?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, like what's where's this laser? Oh, that's the distance. The distance. Yeah, there.
So what you see out there is so that's the front, like the big front gates. They're two big heavy doors that are swung open.
Okay.
And you don't, I mean, it just is outside that way. You can go out and explore more out there if you would like.
I mean, I'll take a peek.
Okay. Ayla, so you're standing in front of this big tapestry. It's I mean, honestly, most of this wall. And what it shows is it is a big banner with, there's 4 dragons that are on it, and they're all kind of spreading out from this this central big egg.
Okay.
And it's very, like, very, very intricate, very, very well done. It looks like that it's not only very expensive, but it looks like there was a lot of time put into it. And there's 4 dragons that are on it, and they are silver, gold, iron, and mercury.
Okay.
Then, as you kind of swing this door open, you don't immediately see anything in here. The half this wall is kind of crushed in. You can kind of see into it from where you were before. But it looks like this used to be a storage room of some type. There's like some crates and some boxes and stuff in here, but they're all mostly broken down, deteriorated. There's some leftover food from when the goblins were sitting in here. So it's like kind of just animal carcasses that are kind of ripped apart. Very, very crude as far as that's concerned.
Lovely. Cool. Then I'll move over to that next room.
This one over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Orlo, you kind of peek your head out the front, and there's 2 horses sitting out front.
Has the scratching changed since I moved?
Yeah, you don't hear it anymore. And you also are not smelling nor hearing the cries anymore.
I want to do like a hop in between the door and the castle and see if that changes at all. See if I hear anything, smell anything, or
like hop in and out.
Yeah.
No, you do. Nothing changes as you're kind of like juking the doors a little bit.
Okay. What's around that big door on the left? Is it just dead end or?
Which like
western door, I guess.
Yeah, so it's just like out front. There's a big open space. There's kind of a broken down, what looks like maybe like a hitch post stable type of thing. Like nothing super fancy, just enough like to put like a couple of horses in. But it just looks run down and like it's been dilapidated for a while. And then the rest of it's just a small road that leads out and then into the forest.
I guess I'll walk over to that other tiny room next to the banner.
I'm assuming you're looking in this room here, Flo.
Yes.
So this looks like this looks like it was at one point some type of hatchery or like barn. It looks like this is where they kept livestock, things like that. Like there's some hay and stuff on the ground. It looks like the goblins are using this as like a sleeping quarters for the most part.
Okay.
Ayla, do you want to look anywhere else?
I don't think so.
Okay. And then Laya, as you kind of crack this door open in front of you here, in front of you, you see a huge, or not a huge room, a tiny room filled with 10 little tiny mushroom people.
What?
Mushroom people? Like, are we talking like myconids? It's myconids?
Yes. And as you bust this door open, you're hit with this incredibly sweet smelling scent, and you immediately hear all of these little tiny cries of help.
Oh my god. Okay, here, they're in here. I'll like shout that to everybody and like go inside. Are they like stuck or something?
They're all in like, each one of them is in like a little individual like wooden cage.
I still want to look in that room before I run over.
No.
I will break that damn door down.
You won't do it.
Try me. I have a bone breaker that says otherwise.
Right. So in here, Zam, it's just a small little cubby room, but there are a couple like satchels of stuff in here. It looks like some of the either equipment that the goblins picked up from in here or brought with them as well. So if you want to go ahead and go through some of that, you're more than welcome to.
I mean, I'll rummage through it real quick.
Okay.
See if there's anything worthwhile.
Yeah, so what would you like to do with all these little caged mushroom people?
I'm assuming that the sweet smell. So Laya knows a little bit about myconids from her relatives' stories, I guess. So I'm assuming that that the sweet smell is like their spores. So,
Correct.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and start like going around and trying to open the cages.
Okay.
But then like in my head asking them like, who did this to you? What happened?
So, the cages are very easy to open. They're literally just like pop top cages, but the myconids just aren't strong enough to open them. So you very easily can just pop these open and get them out. But they keep saying that it was a man in a hood that put him in there, that put them in there.
Okay. Well, I'll get all of them out, and I don't know what myconids eat. Do they eat food? I offer them rations.
Most of them are vegetarians, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Okay, they're cannibals.
Oh, so
I didn't say they ate mushrooms. I said they were vegetarian.
I don't know. I don't know what to do with all these little babies.
So Orlo, there's in some of this stuff, it's really a lot of just like random gear. Like there's some climbing hooks, there's some like picks and some shovels. There's also a couple extra shields, and it looks like some like jerky of some kind. You can't quite put your finger on what it is exactly.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in any of that. Maybe the jerky.
Okay. If you'd like to take that, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take the jerky.
Jerky and berries.
Call it trail mix. And then I'm just gonna go over to where they're at with the mushroom people.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys kind of take your time. You get them all out. They're all safe and sound. They look like they're in pretty good shape. They let you know that they were captured and taken from their home, and that they have been gone for quite some time. But they want you to know that they will do anything that you need because you saved them.
We have wins.
And I want you to know that I named every one of them. And there's their names.
I like Stinkhorn.
Tag yourself. I'm Buttonhead.